So when I had the idea to do Battle Shmattle, the first one, it was kind of a transition period in Rockford. A lot of the older guys had either moved out, quit, gone off to do other things, not so good, and there was kind of like a stalemate, very idle period, and there was only a few of us that were still kind of keeping it alive, still kind of traveling. So I wanted to try to do something to spark that interest again, and kind of get some new talent, and maybe even some around the time I had the idea for Battle Shmattle. I'd already gotten to a lot of events, kind of knew what I had to do, connect with who I had to connect, and sure enough, I hit up some judges. I hit up a DJ who I really respected, still do, Mr. E Double, who comes to Rockford quite a bit, and we enjoy having him. It was a Sunday afternoon, and it was in spring. It was an awful day. I thought it was gonna fail, and sure enough, we had a huge turnout. People from Chicago, Madison, Milwaukee, Minneapolis came through, Daylight, and Imagine. I was really surprised and happy to see them here, and we had a really great battle. Everyone had a good time. So once that was off the chopping block, we right away we wanted to do part 2. So we gave it a year, and sure enough, we had Battle Shmattle Part 2. Same concept, same, just the same format, 3-on-3. I try to keep the prizes fair. With Battle Shmattle Part 3, we wanted to do something a little bit different. With me personally, at the time, Facebook and MySpace was still active. The City vs. City forum was still something very important, easy to get out. But for me personally, handing out flyers is one of the most important things you can do. Me myself, I have quite a collection of flyers that I've gone throughout the years from battles, and here's my own stuff that I've supported, and it's important. Like, I keep my flyers, and I'm sure there's other people who do too. So it's important for me to give out flyers personally. I want, if I'm inviting you to my home, I want you to know like that I'm inviting you. So me and my boy Jamie, we both took almost 2 weeks off of work to really promote for Battle Shmattle. This was for the third one. We headed south first. We went to Indiana. I hooked up with the homie Roxit and Vision. We stayed down there, and we practiced with them. They had a little spot in university, and it was pretty dope. Really good energy, and we just wanted to vibe out with them, see how they got down. After that, we stayed like half the night. We headed to Chicago, to Alternatives, which used to be like the spot to practice at. It's not there as far as I know anymore. It doesn't exist anymore, but at the time that was the go-to place. I think on Wednesday, that's where we wanted to be at. So sure enough, Alternatives, we were there. So many people used to go and practice, train there. And again, we were handing out our flyers, telling everyone how much we would appreciate them to come through. The homie CJ was there. He's the one he's been the most consistent winner of the battle, and I had him judge once. I think altogether he has the most wins in Rockford. Yeah, I mean, that's just a fact. So, the title's always here for anybody who wants to take it next event. Um, After Chicago, we headed to Milwaukee. I already had a lot of friends out in Milwaukee. Gravity benders, those are the homies. They have a spot on campus, which they've been practicing at forever. I think they still practice there. So sure enough, we dropped in, chopped it up, extended the invite, and just seeing how they got down, seeing their environment, seeing how their styles, mesh together was just a blessing, in general. Came back to Rockford. We had our practice spot at the End Center, which actually in the basement is where we practiced at, but upstairs was the gym where the event was at. But at the time, man, so already having the first two battles and a few battles in between there, the scene was like very, very nice at that time. There was a lot of talent, and the End Center was the spot, man. Like every week, I can't remember what day it was, but every week there was a day where everybody would come through, and it'd be like, any given moment, it'd be like 15 kids, which is huge, which is huge for a city like Rockford, which is huge for a lot of cities, like to have that many people in there, just to have 2 or 3 different circles going on at the same time. I mean, that's huge. So of course we put the word out with all the homies, handed out flyers to everybody, take them to school. I mean, I think some still get in trouble, for handing out flyers, but I mean, that's just the way we roll. Taking to school, I like to take them to all the local shops, the record stores, and local is always like just number one for me. It's, very important. We hit up NIU, which is to the west of Rockford. I think at the time, Terrible T and Micah, who are currently with Phase 2, were still living there. I think they were finishing off their college years, and we had gotten to NIU a lot to practice and to support their events. So we were out there actively as a Rockford team. We'd go out there a lot. So of course, they're our neighbor, and we wanted to invite them and make sure that they knew, that they're welcome here, come through. After that, we headed up to Madison. They had a little event there at the community center, which they still have a lot of events there. Like May the Lord, she holds it down. The community center. And actually, at the time, I was living there. So was Jamie. So was KO. So we were there all the time. Madison had a lot of breakers. A lot of breakers were in Madison, but a lot of them weren't originally from Madison. So definitely, I felt it was really important to get the hometown boys from Madison out here representing. And some of them did. I think some of them couldn't do it, if I remember correctly. But you know, there was a lot of talent in Madison, like from Madison. So you know, again, you know, Madison was like my, you know, that's where I was living at. You know, I got nothing but love for Madison. And, you know, of course, wanted to come out, and they came through, all the homies, man, and everyone, you know, appreciate it, of course. After that, we ended our tour in Minneapolis, Groundbreakers Battle. I think it was a week before my event, so we did this like 2 weeks before Battle Shmattle Part 3. Groundbreakers was a big battle in downtown Minneapolis, and it was huge. And you know, I got rid of the last of my flyers there, and plus I think I had Los Boogie was DJing, and I might have had. I can't remember, man, but I might have had someone from Minneapolis judging, if I remember correctly. Or maybe I had Los Boogie judging. I don't know. I know I had a DJ at one time. But, you know, Minneapolis came through. I think a lot of them stayed in my crib. I was living in my parents' house at the time, and they came through, and, you know, it was a great turnout.
Corazón, 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 ya no tengo 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 corazón, 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 ya no tengo 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 corazón.
Battle Shmattle 3. The news is here. Let's go see what they're gonna do. I think they're in there filming Vic right now. It's pretty exciting.
Hey, guys.
So, you know, fast forward to Battle Shmattle 3, it was a great event. Another like success. I remember, you know, one thing that stood out to me. I remember Top from Self-X came up to me and he was just like, "Man, bro, like this is a dope event. And I like how you keep it like low on the price." And you know that, you know, true story, man. You know what I'm saying, like that's like why, you know, like I get it. You know what I'm saying. We're working class breakers. You know, like I want to, you know, this is the type of event that I want to deliver.
One thing I want to mention, you know what I'm saying, I want to thank everybody that came out here to our scene. This is the Rockford scene here. Alright. This is probably the biggest battle we've had here. This is a growing scene. I really thank everybody. I really want to make this happen here and have fun, right?
And since that battle, we've had at least a continuation of Battle Shmattle. There's been 2 more. And you know, the 5th, we had 4 and then it was 4.5. So the actual part 5 is the concept that's still, it's in the works, but it's gonna take a few events leading up to that. And when it's ready to go, you know, I can't wait to deliver it to you guys. And I hope you guys keep on coming through to Rockford when we have events. And hopefully when Battle Shmattle's cooked and ready, like, you can all come out and have a good time and just see what I'm talking about. And hopefully I can come out to your events. You know, it's tough sometimes, but I still love breaking. Like that's not really gonna change. I still love hip hop. You know, it's like it's my forte. It's what I do. And see you at the shmattle. Peace.